All right. So today, what is it? April 3rd of 2026, and I'm keeping in my lane, boy. I'm keeping in my lane. That's kind of the subject of interest on my mind for the last week. I had a big week last week. I'm on my first day off. I had a 4-day streak of working on set on a movie, some Quebecois movie, and it was very Quebecois movie with Quebecois people. People were speaking French, and we spent a lot of time on ice, because it's a Canadian Quebecois movie. So it's true. We spent a lot of time on ice, man. So we did that. I was frozen all week, and here it is. We're on a Friday, and it's looking nice out, man. It's looking beautiful. I think it's like above 10 degrees right now. This is fucking spring, baby. Spring is fucking here. April 3rd, and spring is here. You know, we're still missing the greenery. We're still missing the vegetations, but we're starting to get to that weather. We're starting to get to that temperature. We're starting to get into the temperature of ice melting and people taking their clothes off. And we're walking around and enjoying life. Winter's long, you know. I was starting to feel it. I was starting to feel that fucking drudgery and the depression of winter. It's just sad and depressing and gray. Absolutely no colors. It's just devoid of colors. And just feels like there's not a lot to do, which is not true, but it feels like that sometimes. Yeah. But I'm keeping in my lane, boy. I'm keeping on my lane. Yeah. You know, I was out with my buddy last week, and he's going through some things, you know. So I guess I was being a good friend. I was just kind of out hanging out with him, and he wanted to drink, and I'm like, I have one drink, and I had one drink, but I was hanging out, and he's like, yo, we should go talk to those girls, and he never does. But this one time he did. He never does it, but he did one time. This one time, last time, he did go up to the girls. Two girls are sitting at a table. And he went up there. He was like, he was like putting his coat down. And I think he told them like, hey girls, can I leave my coat here? Or whatever it was. It was like an excuse like that. Any excuse is good enough. So he went up there and he started chatting them up. He's a good looking dude. He's like Ukrainian blonde, blue-eyed dude. You know, good looking dude. He's like 39. He's my age. He's the same age as me. I believe he used to be ladies boy. You know? He was a ladies man back in the day when he was like younger. He tells me all the crazy stories of his conquest with women, because I feel like that's how he kind of sees it. You know, he's kind of like addicted to that endless rotation of women. I don't think it's good for him, but it's like what he thinks he needs, you know. Anyways, so he goes up there and he starts chatting him up, and he gets me into the little socializing with them. So I'm in there and I'm keeping him company, and there's two cute girls. One of them probably was a little cuter than the other one, to me anyways. She was cuter in my eyes. But my buddy there, he was kind of locked in with her, you know. And I'm just being a good friend. So I'm just chatting the other one. And, you know, we're just hanging out. And because, like, this dude started chatting them up first, I'm like, well, you know what? Like, I guess he gets the pretty one, you know? He gets the pretty one because he started chatting to her first. So I just, like, let that ride. I just let that shit ride. And we actually hung out and had a great time. Four of us, we hung out. And these girls are very nice. They're from a small town in Quebec. They were in town, like in Montreal, for, I guess, to party or whatever. So yeah, they were just here to party, man. They're having a good time. So we're having a good time. We gave them a good time. And then at the end of the night, I remember the girl, one of them, the cute one, she works in a bar, apparently. She's a bartender, and she wanted to get us shots. I'm like, all right, why not? Let's get it. Let's get it. So she gets us shots. So we're doing them. And suddenly she starts turning on us. Like, what the fuck? What is wrong with your friend? Why does he say that? Why does he say that? Why is he being an asshole? And she like started like hating on my friend out of the blue. Like, what happened? What's going on? Everything was fine. Everything seemed perfectly good until like 10 seconds ago. What happened? And she says, "Oh, I get shots for this guy, and then he just like has to be a little fucking dick. He's being a dick." And I have no idea what he did. But according to her, he got the shots, or she got the shots, and then my buddy here decided to say something really dumb. I don't know what he said. He's like, "I don't know what I did. Derp. Derp. I don't know what I said." Well, she said that you said something that pissed her off. Like, you couldn't just be grateful for her to get the shots for us or whatever. Like, I don't know. He probably said something dumb. Okay, clearly. And probably he probably said that just to be like edgy or whatever. He's like, "Ew, I'm like a bad boy. I'm a bad boy. Yeah, damn right, girl. You get those shots. All right, you get me the shots. Why? Because you my bitch." I don't know I don't know if he said that, but probably something dumb like that. He has the tendency to kind of like cross the line sometimes. He's like trying too hard, and so she flipped on us. Her and I would seem to be okay, but like I wasn't kind of like, I was just laughing. I was like, this is dumb, and I was trying to flip it like, girl, like he just likes you, like he's kind of dumb. You know what I'm saying? Like, he likes it. He kind of likes it when you're like that, when you're sassy like that, when you're a little spicy like that. He likes that little flavor, So you kind of actually like turn him on right now by like yelling at him, like, oh, he likes that. Keep going. I don't know. I mean, we were just talking shit, but everything flipped over, The friend I was talking to, she was fine. She was chilling. In fact, I think she was kind of into like my buddy there. He's a good looking dude. All right. I don't want to sell myself short, but he's a good looking dude, and he's kind of being a dick. And I wasn't really into them, so I was kind of pretty neutral about it. I wasn't trying to fucking jazz them up or whatever. But my buddy over there, he was like, he had a few drinks and he was feeling pretty confident or whatever. So he's being a little dick. And so the girls liked him. But then he fucked it all up. He fucked it all up. And the bar closed. We had to leave. So I was outside, and they all follow me out. And we're just like fucking arguing outside still. Like, this girl just won't drop it. Like, this guy's a fucking asshole. He's annoying. Why is he like this? I'm like, I don't know. He's kind of fucked up, He kind of is, So, and then the door guy comes out. The doorman comes out, and he's like, "Hey, the bartender wants to talk to you too. Like, talk to the girls." So the doorman takes the girls away from us. I don't know why. My read on this situation is the bartender that works at the bar or the door guy saw the girl flipping out on my buddy there, and we caused such a scene that the girl, the bartender or the door guy, was trying to like separate us maybe, or like just kind of like fuck our shit up. just because they can or whatever. And also because the girls that we were talking to were like actually nice to the staff there, because she's also a bartender, and she was like kind of like helping them clean up the glasses and shit, like just picking up some shit and putting at the bar, so it's like easier for them to clean up. So they're just kind of, the girls are being nice, and then she's like she flipped out on my friend, while the bar was closing, and so like there's a lot of attention. We're probably getting a lot of attention. Anyways, that happened, and my buddy's like, "Dirt, what happened? What happened? What did I say?" And then the girls eventually came out, and we just like kept fucking going back and forth, like arguing. Well, I wasn't arguing, but this dude and the girl they were arguing. And then eventually nothing happened, It was just like, oh, I thought we are going to like maybe go, I don't know, like have another drink, and maybe hang out a little bit. I don't know. That was the vibe. And then just everything just fucking died after that. And the girls ran away, and then I went home. But, the whole point of the story is like, I wanted to just fucking keep my lane, you know what I'm saying? And also like just keeping in my lane, having my own fun, my own version of fun, and not letting other people fuck my shit up. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes, like this is a small example, right? Let's say, your buddy went up and started talking to these girls. So like I was kind of like being, I was being like easy, I was being like accommodating. That's a better word, I think. I was accommodating, to whatever he wanted to do. He was going through some shit. And so I'm like, all right, man, this guy wants to talk to these girls. All right, there's only like this one girl who's kind of cute that I would be into. And in my eyes, she seemed pretty neutral to him. So like, what, but he like opened them first. So let him talk to her, let him have his thing. So I'm just being neutral. I'm being pretty accommodating. As I said, I'm just there, just being a good wingman, so to speak, and just doing my thing. But at the same time, it's kind of like, well, my own version of fun would have probably involved doing it a little differently. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe I would have just went off and talked to other people, seeing that this was kind of like being fucking bombed, self-bombed, like exploded. He just kind of blew the whole thing up by himself. And also like, like if that girl that I wanted to talk to, or like that I was interested in more, if she wanted to talk to me instead, I would say it's her choice. You know what I'm saying? Because there's probably moments where I like yielded to him just so because he could have his thing. Am I being a good friend? Perhaps. But it's not really my version of fun. You know what I'm saying? Like he's gonna fucking blow this shit up anyways. I guess in retrospect I can only say that, but he's going to blow it up anyways. And if she's going to like show some interest on me, well, I'm going to keep in my lane, and I'm going to just continue having my own fun. And if she can choose which lane she wants to merge into, you know what I'm saying? That's kind of what my point. That was like a very indirect way of saying all this, but that was it. That was why I told this story. And that's why I was thinking about keeping in my lane, boy. Keeping in my lane. Keeping in my lane. That's right. So, there's things like that that happen multiple times. I think we all go through things like that. We could have done something. We could have done things in a way that we knew would have been better for us. But then we'll like appease somebody so that they feel happy because we're nice. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're just nice. Like, oh, let the friend win. You know what I'm saying? Like, let him win this time. I want him to win. I want him to feel good. Or whoever. Your boss or your coworkers or your girlfriend or whoever is around you. And sometimes you kind of like let yourself put yourself on the side. You come out of your lane so that, you know, whoever else can take up the place sometimes. And every time I do that, I'm kind of like, man, you know what? Why do I even bother, man? Because I just find that people just don't take these little gestures. They don't really appreciate these type of gestures because they don't really see it happening. Because it's very subtle. These things are very subtle. You know, it's about energy. You know, it's about like how much space you take. And, you know, unless people are very, very sensitive to these things, you can read the room or they can read the fucking air, as we say in Japan. People just don't appreciate these things. You know, they don't really see like the little things that people do so that the harmony on the place is kept. In Japan, that's kind of like a thing, you know? It's a thing. Like we all we're very conscious of it. And, you know, sometimes people say it's like, it's so strict over there. Why are people so, like, because they can fucking read the air, you know? In Japanese, we say, kuki o yomu, okay? And the similar thing here would be like, read the fucking room. But people are just very fucking self-focused and they're fucking in their own me energy. You know what I'm saying? They're not looking at the fucking harmony over here. We're not looking at the fucking room. So they don't notice these things. And as I walk around fucking, yo, you know, you can have a little bit of this. You can have a little bit of that. And I take off of my lane. I get off of my lane. I'll just be like, oh, fuck this shit, you know, because nobody is fucking taking that and making it into something. And I'm just losing out, you know what I'm saying? I'm just losing out because I didn't follow through with whatever I was going to do. And I hate to be bitter about that type of shit, you know? I'm like complaining. I'm like, bah, this is dumb. Why did I do it like that? But I'm just kind of saying that out loud so that I see what the fuck's going on here. And I think it's just better off keeping in my lane, and just let the chips fall where they may. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's gonna do their thing. I'm gonna do my thing, and I'm gonna just be fucking locked into my lane, and I'm going that way. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go this way at that speed. This is the fucking speed I'm going. This is the direction I'm going. This is how I'm walking. Okay? This is how I'm gonna walk, and you can join this lane or you don't have to. And I don't give a fuck, to be honest. You don't need to join, but I'm going this way. But if you want to join, then fucking cool. More the merrier. So that's it. That's all I got to say about that. Keeping in my lane, boy. Keep it in my lane. I just find it to be exhausting to try to match people's speed anyways. That might make me antisocial at times, but I just don't care, man. There's not a lot that I gain from trying to match people. Because, look, I've been like that in the past, and I still, I guess, feel like that sometimes. I think it's normal. We're social creatures. We're human beings. So we feel this pang, you know, of anxiety or like pang of wanting to belong. We want to fit in and we want people to like us. I think that's very fucking normal. I feel that. And I think most people just answer that craving and they'll do whatever they need to do to like feel like they belong in a group or belong in some sort of tribe. They want to feel like included and safe. You know, nobody likes being an outcast. You know, it's not a good place. I think it's a socially evolved thing. It's an evolution thing. Like we're wired to be like that because, you know, if you're out in the woods, if you're out in the fucking jungle times, you know what I'm saying? Like if you're not with the fucking group, you're dead. You know, you're gonna be like left behind. They're not gonna take care of you. Like they're not gonna share resources with you. You know, they're not gonna try to help you when you need that help, whether you're living with a tribe or whatever. And I think that's just the wiring as human beings. We're social animals. We like to be in packs and we want to be part of it, part of the group. So it's normal and people do whatever they need to do to belong. But I just find it to be draining. You know, I'm like, I like people. I love people. And I want to find my own people, but most of the time I just don't even fucking trying to trying to impress people, because it's just, I find it to be fucking draining. And I don't really need, I don't really want even like the approval and appreciation of a lot of the people. I just don't care. Not that I don't think they're cool, not that I don't like them or anything. It's just that I don't like fucking fishing for it. You know, I don't like doing I don't like saying yes. I don't like saying yes when I don't feel like saying yes. I don't feel like, you know, I'm just trying to keep it in my lane. You know, I'm just trying to keep it in my lane. And, you know, I don't mean nothing by it. It's not because I don't like you. It's because, in fact, when people try to fish for my approval, when they try to like get me to like them, when they seek my approval, or they ask me like, well, why don't you want to be part of this? That makes me even not like them, actually. If they said nothing, I would like them more. When they're trying to fish for like, why don't you be like us? Or like, how come you don't like it when they try to get me to approve something, I'm just like, fuck, I just don't like it, you know? But when people try to force me to like something, it's just like, or they try to get their, you know, they try to chase rapport, seeking rapport. Like, I don't think anybody likes that. I don't know. But I may be more sensitive than other people. I just don't think I find it to be cringy, like when people seek rapport with me. Unless they're just being real. I can see when someone's being real, right? If someone's talking to me and they're just being real with me, I can be real with them. I'm just being like, yo, I don't even need to agree with you. If you're being real, if this is who you are, man, then that's cool. You're doing your lane and I'm doing mine, but I can literally meet you there. You know, I can meet you like wherever is convenient for both of us, you know, like whatever works. I'm not trying to they're not trying to seek something from me. I'm not trying to seek something from them, but because we're both being real, we can kind of meet together, you know, we can be just real with each other and it's easy to understand. But when people do things out of like neediness, or they need affection, or they need approval, they just constantly need someone else's validation. That shit is just like tiring. You know, I just don't like it. I just don't like that energy. It's just like kind of makes me feel like annoyed. You know, it makes me actually want to be mean to them. It makes me want to bully them. You know, I don't know why. I'm just like allergic to that fucking energy. Like, ooh, do you like this? What do you think of this? Do you approve of this? Do you think this is acceptable by everyone? Do you think that everybody will like this? What do you think? Do you approve of this? Like, get away from me, you know? Because these people are just annoying. And they like, you'll just upset them by saying anything because they just want to be liked. All they need to hear is like, it's good. Good for you. I love it. Wow, you're amazing. And that type of energy just fucking annoying, you know? Look, I get off on fucking people, you know, being nice to me. If they watch my fucking videos and they're like they leave a comment, like someone commented, you know, it's nice. It's nice to just hear somebody speak their mind. Somebody said that in the comments. You know, probably just watched one of my videos and just like, what the fuck is this guy ranting about? But he got the point of it. The point of it is that I'm just fucking saying whatever the fuck I want. That's the point. That's the fucking point. You know? You don't hate to... I'm not trying to tell you anything. I'm not trying to convince you of anything. I'm not trying to change your mind on anything. I'm just showing you. I'm just speaking my fucking mind. All right? That's literally it. That's the fucking point. And somebody fucking gets it and leaves a comment. That makes me feel good. But I feel like this person said that not to try to, you know, make me feel good, but that's what he felt. You know, that's what he actually felt watching whatever the fuck I was saying. I was probably not saying much, but he was just like listening to me fucking yap. And he's like, yeah, it's cool. This guy's just saying whatever he wants. Good for him. I'm like, well, yeah, motherfucker. Yeah, man, that's exactly what I'm doing. Anyways, and then there's people that are like just leaving hate comments, you know what I'm saying? Like they're just fucking putting in the hate on the comment. They take the time to fucking leave some hate comments. And even that gets me off. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just like, I don't give a fuck. Like, who cares? Like, who are these people, right? Some of the fucking hate comments I get, it's fucking hilarious. They're trying to make me feel bad, I guess, but like it just actually it's just funny to me, you know. I'm not angry. It doesn't make me angry. It doesn't make me sad, you know. In fact, it's funny to me. It's awesome. It's great. The shit people say, it's hilarious. So who cares, you know? It's all just to be in the lane, finding my lane, and expressing that to the hilt, you know, just all in, self-expression, for the sake of just enjoying where I'm at. I'm in my lane, bro. I'm gonna go full gas, no break. That's the point. In fact, I don't even feel like I'm being full gas, no break. I feel like I do stifle myself. I feel like I do hold myself back. Sometimes I do feel like I pull back my punches, you know, because I have my own little insecurities. Maybe I have insecurities, or I'm not feeling good, or I don't believe what I'm saying sometimes. Maybe I'm not sure. Maybe I'm confused. I have some self-doubts, whatever else. You know what I'm saying? I have that. So sometimes I'm not being able to go full gas, no break. But that's the point too, you know, like I'm out here doing this so that I can be. So I'm practicing that, you know, I'm actively just literally this moment I'm doing that. I'm just practicing all gas, no break, and being in my lane, you know, going fucking 1,000 kilometers per hour in my lane. That's what I'm doing. That's the fucking point. I'm not here trying to be perfect. I'm just going to yap and I'm going to see what happens. I just pressed record and I started talking. I literally didn't script any of this. I just fucking napped. I woke up and I said, I got to do my recording. And most of these recordings don't even make it out. Sometimes it's like, sometimes it's okay. You know, sometimes it's good enough to publish. You know, and the criteria is literally just like, was I somewhat bearable in terms of like the topic I'm talking about? Am I speaking good enough? Was the energy good enough? Some, you know, things like that. That's literally it. That's the criteria of any of this getting out there. Did I speak from the truth? Did I speak something that I really mean? Was I trying to impress somebody? You know, was I trying to was I trying too hard? You know, if any of those things happen, then I don't publish it, because that's not the point of this channel. It's about authenticity. It's about confidence. It's about compassion, you know, and trying to understand people and being curious and loving people and loving yourself. That's what this fucking channel is about. And so, you know, if I'm doing those things, if I feel like the video has the qualities of that message, then I get it. I push it out. I'll put it out. But I don't plan this. I just come out here and try to be myself. That's it. That's it. So that's the point of the message today. Keep it in my lane, baby. Boy, keep it in my lane. And that's all I got to say, man. Maybe I have other things I wanted to talk about, but it would be too long. I'll do it tomorrow or the next day. All right? I love you. Peace.